3 of them already getting ready to sing to us. Dan, doing Dan things. Many Dans, doing many Dan things. Welcome, everyone. I am Brian. You are Chords and Notes Nation. And once again, we start another week of Dan Vasc. August 14th, I'm looking at my calendar, through the 18th. I think this is a good one to start the week off with. All right, check out the community tab on this channel. Those of you who don't know already, this is where I will post my weekly video schedule release schedule. Release schedule. Video release schedule. How's that? It's morning, and I'm having my coffee. I'm enjoying it. Those of you who don't know, I record most of my videos on the weekend, and I schedule them for release during the week because of my job as a truck driver. Keeps me going many hours each day, Monday through Friday. Every once in a while, I'll be able to record a video during the week and maybe put it up at typically like the 9 p.m. slot. I have 7 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 9 p.m., all Central Standard Time. So adjust for wherever you are on the planet. I chose those time slots because of the analytics that I get, which tell me when most of my viewers are online during any hour of the day. It'll tell you if the volume's heavier or lighter. So I try to choose the time slots that are going to be the best for you guys. And it's not always like when you're online, but knowing where most of my audience comes from and basically adjusting for the time zone difference, because a lot of you are on the other side of the globe from me. You're most of my audience is Southeast Asia, so that you're about a 12-hour difference. So just talking. Sorry, guys. So I think this week is going to be a strong week for song choice. I'm hoping it is, and I'm getting them lined up for future weeks as well. It's a big undertaking, but he's worth it, right? I mean, I'm becoming a fan if I'm not already completely sold. Plus, he has the side projects that he did, like his band and what's the other one? The Spyglass Inn, which I think there's only a few videos for. But so there's plenty of material to go through, and I'm intending to cover everything that he's put out musically. I do wanted to say, check out my playlist, my Dan Vasc playlist. It should always come up at the end of this video. I'm watching it, and I know I know the Vasc Nation is huge, but I'm just not feeling it in the views. So if I'm doing something incorrect, you guys, or that's offensive, or something that's keeping you guys from more views, let me know. But otherwise, the format, this is the way the format's going to be, so that's not going to change. You guys know that, and I'm always raw, honest, and unedited, and I do things differently, and most of you are just absolutely fine with it. But I want to see this playlist that I'm putting together, of my reactions to his music. Excuse me. Okay, we'll just leave that for now. I want to see the views go up, and right now most of them are only in a couple hundred, 300, 400, 500. There's a few that are in 1,000 or more. So what can we do? What can we do together? Okay, because that's what we're doing this together. It's a community to get those views up. I can only continue to put out videos and promote them as best as I can. You can only watch them, but the like, subscribing, and sharing, the sharing especially, will get the exposure for the channel, will get the exposure for Dan, and the views. I just want the views to go up. I think it's important. I think it's for me, yes, it's important, but it's also important for Dan. I think he's a tremendous talent. That just, yeah, he needs more. But my goal is to have at least 1,000 views for each video that I put up. It's a humble, I love more, but at this point, we're not close to that. So we need to do better. And I will try to do better with my reactions, but again, they're always going to be raw, honest, and unedited. I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to do anything for shock factor. I'm not going to do anything that feels fake or false. It's just going to be me. Way she goes. And those of you who have been taking advantage of the super thanks, much appreciated. And most of that's coming from Vasc Nation. So you guys are really awesome. Again, you guys know that I will create a video thank you tailored for you especially, and put it up on the channel so that everybody knows how epic you are. Shaman, Andre Matos. I've reacted to this song on a couple of, a live and an audio only. That would be under my Shaman playlist. And now we're going to see what Dan does singing the part that a truly phenomenal vocalist sang. And that's not to say Dan isn't, but I want to see what he does with this song, what kind of stamp he puts on this song. So let's get rid of this guy, whoever that is. Oh, I know him. He's that actor, but I don't care. I want to see this guy. There should be more Dan in the world. I'll put up the video. Sorry, I don't like being interrupted. Don't interrupt me, Dan. Even though I'm the one doing the interruption. At the end of the video, I'll put up the fairy tale reaction that I did, the original, so you have something to compare to, or to watch the original. So let's do this. I like the font that he uses on this. It's nice. And he's dressed really nice too. That's good. Smart dresser. Love the tone of his voice. There we go. That sustain is so good.
friends, that was one more re-recording of a note cover here on the channel. If you don't know, I already recorded this cover 6 years ago. I will link it on the description below. I've been working very hard on my singing since then. Hopefully you will find that there was some improvement. Hey, I have a question for you, and I want you to think hard about this one. Tell me one thing that you do today a lot better than 6-7 years ago. Let me know in the comment section below. My friends, I hope to see you next time. Meanwhile, here's a couple more videos for you to watch. Have yourselves an epic day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he brings up a very good point. Now, first of all, I didn't know he did this already, so that should be interesting. And I'm probably going to have to, weird lighting, go back and do a video for that one too. But, this idea of improvement, of what have you done better now than you did X amount of years ago. It's very important for us to not remain static in life, to grow. Everything it starts from a seed. All life starts from a seed, and it goes through a growth process all the way through harvest. And you have to remember, we get into this idea of, decades and how long it is and things don't change and da-da-da-da-da. But we are constantly growing and changing, and we have to challenge ourselves to remain in that growth mindset in order to improve upon what we did yesterday or a year before or a decade before. Like you said, and I'm going to challenge you on this. That think about the growth process for yourself. I want to use my channel as an example. If you go back to the first videos that I made when my life was different then. I was married then and in a house that we had together. And I started the channel and I was doing my audiobook reviews. From different locations in the house, because I wanted to try that out. But the music reactions were in the basement, in a certain section of the basement, and I had shelves behind me that were just storage, right? And I didn't do anything with it because the idea then struck me as this idea of authenticity. I said, I'm gonna do a channel that it has to be authentic. I started the channel actually as a project in school. They wanted us to, in teacher college, they wanted us to, I think the whole idea was to start to explore the popular technologies and how can you use them to connect with your students and create a stronger learning environment. So it was just sort of like a little project to start a channel and that sort of thing. But we weren't required to do anything with it, so I didn't. So years later, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go forwards with this because of I was looking through a family photo album, and I was looking at these photographs of people I had never met or family members that have been passed for so long now. I don't remember what they sound like, what their thoughts were, that sort of thing. And the idea started to merge where this channel for my children and family and so on and so forth, this would be sort of a video log. Boy, this lighting is really, and I know it's the camera here. It would be what I needed, what I didn't have from the photo album, right? You can hear my thoughts, you can see me, you can hear my voice, that sort of thing. And so when I'm dead and gone, generations down the road, hopefully, of my family can see this and say, hey, okay. So when I started the channel in the location that I did, I intentionally left it the way it was. Then slowly I changed it, became a little more palatable, the background. And then it started evolving into different things. And then, of course, going through the divorce and having to start my life over and then, you know, recording, you'll see when that change happened. And then finally, 5 months ago, thanks to a wonderful conversation with another YouTuber, Jesse Tom, there it is. Go check his channel out. I made some changes, but stayed authentic. And now this format came into being. And so what I'm getting at is this growth idea of not staying static. I have to do it one way and that's it. It's about doing it your way, finding a way to grow, okay, and continually growing and dealing with the obstacles along the way, but overcoming them and becoming more. Now, that was based off of his outro. Now we go into what I think about the vocals here. He stepped into a pair of big shoes and he made them bigger. Andre Matos was a phenomenal vocalist, okay? I struggled with his vocals when he was with Angra, but I started liking his vocals a little bit more when I was listening to some of the Shaman songs. And I do need to dive into his repertoire a little bit more. In fact, I did a full album reaction of his as well. And I think a lot of the struggles that I had with Andre were his tonality of where he's living up in the higher registers, and there just wasn't enough bass resonance power. Like the power was gone. So what Andre didn't have, Dan has, and Dan was able to get up into those higher registers, those higher notes like Andre, but he lives in the lower atmosphere of vocals than Andre does. And so I think there's a nice depth to his voice, a nice range to it that I think serves these songs very well. And they certainly are Dan's bread and butter, what he's able to do with his voice. The passion that he sang this song with was clearly evident and very refreshing, and it reminded me of how great this song is, and how great the former vocalist was. And I think that's the ultimate legacy that Dan, well, I'll put it this way, the ultimate legacy that Andre left for someone else to come in and take what he's done and do something with it. And I think that's exactly what Dan did. So fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. I loved it. All right, guys. That's all I have. God bless you. Jesus loves you in Romans 8:28.